is it godly to deny people reasonable health care? That's what he's saying. Let's see how the religious folks answered. Y'all want to know how they answered? Let's see how they answered. Come on, let's look at it. Verse 2. And there in front of him was a man suffering from dropsy. And Jesus answered and spoke to the lawyers and the Pharisees, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath or not? But they kept silent. And he took hold of him, and he healed him and sent them away. And he said to them, which one of you will have a son or an ox fall into a well and will not immediately pull out on the Sabbath day? Now look at what they do. And they could make no reply to this. You know what they did? When Jesus asked the question, is it godly to deny people reasonable health care? You know what they said? Nothing. Then he gave him an example. We'll talk about that example again. And you know what they did? They said nothing. This subject alone is probably the most hypocritical subject for everybody, especially politicians. Because people claim we love people, we love life, but as soon as you ask them a challenging question about someone who needs treatment but doesn't have the money to do it, you know what they say? Nothing. The one thing that people will say killed President Obama's presidency was universal health care. Because when he decided to promote universal health care, he did it alone with Democrats. And you know the reasons that people said we couldn't do universal health care? They said, hey, we can't do universal health care because if we do universal health care, it could increase the deficit. It could increase debt. Okay, so what you're saying is that if we have the ability to heal somebody, don't do it because we don't want to increase our debt, so let them die. When you ask that, you know what they are? Silent. They won't respond to that. The second reason they say, look, we can't offer health care for all because it may increase time for procedures. So what you're saying is that if people that have money that can pay for procedures have to wait on the poor people that can't pay for procedures, we need to let poor folk die so that rich folk can live. Is that what you're saying? Oh, they're going to be silent. They say, we can't do health care for all. Why? Because we're going to drive the U.S. towards socialism. Okay, so what you're saying is that we can't offer health care for all because we may discover other needs out there that we can help with, and we don't want to help other needs. So guess what? If more people have to die, that's okay, so that we don't have to help other needs also. Is that what you're saying? Oh, they're going to be silent. I'm going to tell you, I went and saw all of these reasons. One person said, we can't do universal health care. It may raise taxes. Oh, so what you're saying is that if we have the ability to offer reasonable health care to people to save people's lives, we shouldn't do it. We should let them die so that I can have more money in my pocket? Is that what you're saying? Oh, trust me, they're going to be silent. Another reason, one said, hey, it could cause a doctor shortage. Oh, so what you're saying is that we can't do health care for all because if a person that has money needs to see that specialist, he has money, he needs to have preferential treatment so that he can see the doctor. But if you're poor, you shouldn't get access to that doctor. So you know what? It's so that we make sure the wealthy get the service that they need and they don't have a shortage of doctors. Let's let the poor die. Is that what you said? Trust me, they gonna be silent. Oh, y'all, I can go on. Y'all want me to go on? I could go on. Number 6, they said, hey, it could lead to rationing of services. We don't want to ration services. Oh, so what you're saying is that if we allow health care for all, then all of a sudden people that have money, they won't be able to get the services that they need. But the poor, it's okay if they don't get the services that they need. Let them die so that the wealthy can get the service that they need. Is that what you're saying? Trust me, they gonna be silenced. Number 7, you know what? We can't do health care for all because it's going to lower the quality of service. Oh, so what you're saying is it's okay for me to go to the health care facility that's packed with only 2 doctors serving thousands of patients, but you need to make sure that you have the absolute greatest quality of service. But for me, it's okay if my mortality rate is down, simply because I don't have the resources that you have. Is that what you're saying? Oh, trust me, they're going to be what? Silent. I could go on, but that's enough, y'all. Y'all get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is simply this. Is it godly to be able to look at someone that's struggling with health, and you have a fix and the ability to give them reasonable health care and deny them because they don't meet the paperwork standard? I'm going to tell you, it's not godly.